What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. You think you've got my number figured out? A motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine. I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. I wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine. I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring lose the fight, I still rage against the night. Don't box I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poster in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. It's plain and simple, dear. I'll still be here when you're gone. You gather souvenirs, but I will never be your pawn. Your pawn. Your pawn. My love was never a game. I lay my cards out on the table. There's nothing to gamble away, but I can promise that you'll never be the same. But I can promise that you'll never be the same. You can double
Alright,
down.
what's up everybody, and we are back with some more
Still
Overwatch
be a
South Africa.
proud haven for your
News
love
today.
is
What's not
never
new,
love.
we said it pastors though, you see much
A
of us in the last
river
couple of
through
weeks,
your
and it is
bluff,
something
I
going once again
will
by
be
Pep.
enough.
It is good to be back. This time, less Netgear, so we'll see how that goes. Trying it out.
I'm not trying it out. I'm all neckbeard all the time, unfortunately. This is the RMG Last Man Standing tournament, guys. If you don't know, you tuned in yesterday. We had our first match. It's a lot of fun. And the RMG Last Man Standing tournament is sponsored by PC International. They're a South African-based laptop and PC component distribution group, basically. Offer the very best hardware at the very low prices, so they say, and they offer a price match guarantee as well, which is very cool of them. And you can find more information at pcinternational.co.ca.za. Wow, I don't even know how websites work anymore, guys. .co.za.
That's the
So
one.
you can head over
That's
there
the
if you
correct.
want to. Eventually figured it out.
.ca is
Um,
Canada.
CA is Canada, that's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, head over there, guys, if you'd like to get in touch with the sponsor of this tournament. But we do have an interesting game today. Two new-ish teams that we haven't seen much of. Team Gaming, we've seen a little bit of Defect, but Team Inferno, brand new team.
Yeah, and we put out a call to get some people together from the community, and we've cut and paste and glued and duct taped together Team Inferno. And I'm really excited to see how they play out, especially against Team Gaming, who's looking on a more sort of stronger mid-table teams.
Yeah, and so we'll take a look at Team Gaming's roster here to start things off. A lot of familiar names here. Of course, we saw them in the Metal State Super Cup earlier this month, where they lost the only game we watched against Enigma. No shame in that, it has to be said, a very strong team. But they did win out against the team we saw yesterday, which was Ria's Legion, in the round before that. So Team Gaming is Zavania and Guardside on tanks, Unreal Nick and Trizzle on the DPS, and Metal Snow and Bubbles on the supports. Defect, a sneaky suspicion this isn't the roster they might run against more stringent opponents, but this is what they're coming out with today.
Yeah, no, they've swapped around it. They've run a bamboozle on us, and
Shenanigans are afoot.
yeah. But I mean, this is pretty standard. If you're this match, spoiler alert, will probably be a bit more one-sided in the team gaming direction. They have more experience playing together against top tier teams and more team experience in general. But not counting out our team Inferno, of course. But this is, getting some experience in a structured environment on off rolls is always valuable. See, moving on to Team Inferno.
Yeah, moving on here. Team Inferno is as Defect said, the team that we at Causa kind of glued and duct taped together from a bunch of disparate individuals who expressed an interest in joining a team and getting some competitive experience. So we slapped them together in a team. And we're going to see today what the fruits of that labor has been. Now, I will point out that we literally finalized this all like this weekend. So they really turnaround time is super quick from forming this team and starting their first tournament. They haven't had much time to prepare. So that's probably going to affect in their play. But it's always good experience to get started nice and early and get your experience of your first competitive match. But the roster will be Fallen Angel and Sebs on the tanks, Crazy and SP6P6. What is that? Am I saying that right? God even knows what that's supposed to be. Slick and Zol, I think Defect, the only player we recognize here is Slick, who ended his career last year on Overwatch Cubs. And before that was on Calypso and is now back here with a brand new team. So he's going to kind of be the old head in this team, so to speak.
Yeah, and it's always nice to have like someone with that kind of experience where you can try and keep a team together that's being beaten. It's always scary being a new team, being just together, your first competitive game together as a unit, and just in general, like we saw last night, and just being like, losing maps is hard, and it's hard to keep mental. So hopefully they can look to Slick as their guiding light, to temper those emotions.
Yeah, and then just to point out, guys, we do have two teams like Team Inferno here, the other being Team Aztecs, full of people who expressed an interest in joining a competitive team. We approached them and said, hey, we're going to put together something for you guys, and Aztec and Inferno came out of that. So at the very least, there's another team on their level that they, later on in the season, will be able to go up against and really test their mettle.
And
that is... Sorry.
Oh yeah, as well as our team from last night, the Phoenix team. What's their full name? And Atomic Phoenix. That's the one. I almost said Arctic Phoenix. I'm playing too much Pokemon. and then of course Ria's Legion, which I think is the top of that power ranking bracket, so to speak.
Especially after seeing them yesterday, they looked pretty well put together. It's good you bring up Ria's Legion actually, because Team Inferno is coached by Terran Lord as well, and Ria's Legion is also coached by Terran Lord, so he gets to view two of his teams in 2 days here. I think he's playing for Odyssey. Am I wrong in that? I might be wrong in that, but we might see them on. Okay, he's retired as a player, but he's involved in management and coaching quite extensively at the moment. And we might even see him cast one day. He's done that in the past. Kind of a jack of all trades here to African Overwatch. But gets to see the second of his two teams perform today. Going to be a struggle for them, but let's see how things go. Our first map here will be Busan. We're just going to... Is your favorite control point map?
I would think so. Can we maybe, hopefully there's a chat mod who can run us a poll to see what's the best control map according to Twitch.
I think we the chat mods here in the mix. I don't have the brain power to do these two things at once. Yeah, good question actually. I don't know what is the consensus on the best control map. I'm quite a big fan of Ilios, which is the map we're showing on screen right there, which is not the map we'll be starting on. It will be Busan and it will be city center. Defect, what are you expecting to see here in an ideal scenario?
In an ideal scenario, I like playing like more long range, and Pharah players here. Pharah playing around that big board, like round pillar in the middle of point. And then the high grounds are nice for things like Ashe and Widowmakers. Realistically, for this map, I believe the word on the grapevine is we're going to be seeing Torbjorns and... So as I said, look, I'm 21 of the bastions rolling out. So So we'll see how that matches up against the Farah and Hansa, which theoretically on paper should be a favorable matchup for Team Inferno.
Yeah, it's a naked Farah though, no Mercy to support, unfortunately. So Crazy might have a tough time finding the value he might usually expect when he's backed up by that pocket Mercy. An unusual composition from both teams. I think definitely the more meta composition here is Team Inferno, and that might be the effect of having Terran Mod as a coach. He seems, based on what we saw yesterday, with the refusing to run these more meta compositions. But go outside, he's going to get aggressive here on the ball, on the high ground. And looks a little bit lost here in the mix, and now he's going to move forward and pump the damage on from a distance here. Not finding anything just yet. No kills to either side here. This Bastion, though, a nightmare, taken down. It trades his life for the Farah in turn. So he's a team with a strict advantage here, and as I say that the res comes out, so Frizzle back in the fray here, and look at this guard side getting nice and aggressive here. We know him for his hit scan prowess, and so the Bastion, or rather the ball in theory, should get some value out of that. And there's going to be team gaming, cleaning things up here for this first team fight.
Yeah, that tracking aim, that Tracer player really coming out to show what it's like in Wrecking Ball. It's basically just round Tracer if you think about it.
God, I don't think anyone's ever said that. Round Wrecking Ball is a round Tracer, but I can kind of see the point you're making.
As someone who's played a lot of Tracer and a lot of Wrecking Ball, I can tell you that it is more similar than you expect.
Yeah. Go outside and playing that round Tracer here does use that extra girth to his advantage. Squishes out one of the Team Inferno players there, buying some time before this team fight really gets underway.
Yeah, it looks like the Hansa is trying to push him off the high ground, but unable to connect enough shots to pose that
Under
threat.
a lot of pressure. SP6 here under pressure, but he finds the kill. They've traded it out. There's lots of support on the other side, but Team Inferno doing not too bad here, all things considered, in their first match. Finding a couple of kills, but this Bastion is being a serious nuisance, taking down 3 in that team fight. Mercy Metal Snow. We know him for being a good Ana and finding a few kills in that hero, but he's whipped out the gat here and executed a couple of the Team Inferno players.
Yeah, this fight seems to break down quite early, and players just relying more on their mechanical skill than their team play. So, and I think that's the advantage that Team Gaming is trying to put.
Big shadow from Zavania, doesn't find too many kills. He's got so many down. He's going to trade out Bubbles. He's going to feed his little butt in there as well, in solidarity with his Reinhardt play. He knows what it's like to feed on Ryan. He just wants to show his support. It's crazy. Gets 2 kills here. Team Inferno going to push forward now onto the fight, and they've done what Atomic Phoenix struggled to do yesterday and won their first team fight.
Yeah, that's quite impressive, especially considering that they emptied the ult bank, but they managed to use their support abilities to counter the ults coming out of Team Gaming quite well.
Oh, Pulse Bomb. Unreal Nick finds that kill. A player not known for his Tracer prowess, instead more for his off-tank, specifically Diva prowess. Oh my god, Drizzle trying to hit that shot on the Farah guard side. He finds that Diva, and now the kills are flowing. Ziv finds 2 on the front line with Team Gaming. They're not going to take that last fight lightly. They fire back straight away to recap the point at 80%.
Yeah, very good Tracer play there from Unreal Nick. You see that he's playing the skinny Wrecking Ball quite well. Being used to the tracking aim from tanks like Diva and Wrecking Ball.
Apparently the music is still going, so just Scars if you could sort that out. Dragons coming in now, but they've lost so many players to start things off.
Big sleep.
It's going to be a struggle. Sleep does come through, but it's not going to find too much, as unfortunately Zol has lost too many players. And Slick gets the return kill there, but it's not going to be enough to help his team win this team fight.
Yeah, the outstanding players on the side of the Team Inferno. So there's Team Gaming and Team Inferno. It makes it quite rough to try and differentiate. But I really have to take my hat off for Slick and Zol. They've been playing much better than I expected. I've seen quite a lot of nading people in trouble and then or infielding at the exact right times to survive big ultimates or like hard pushes. So I don't think you can complain too much about your support play here. But
I think, and we kind of expected that of Slick, right? As one of the more experienced players to kind of know what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah. And heading into Mecha Base here, this is a much more brawly map, and I can see both teams on the Ryan Zarya. It's of choice. It's very good.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see something so meta looking from Team Gaming. I mean, this is pretty much standard here, even the Doomforce McCree coming out. I'm sure they're going to open things up, but Zip drops in the front line. I'd rather lose the McCree than the Reinhardt here. So Team Inferno actually with a slight advantage now. Once again, trading out a couple of kills here. Bubbles has gone down now. Nick as well. Slick gonna hit the deck and immediately 2 kills firing back from Team Gaming. So a tough start to this team fight for them, but it's still pretty even. Okay, I think that kill onto the Anna should set Team Gaming in good stead, but no. Bubbles managed to get into the point, or Trizzle I think it was, maybe managed to get into the point there. And it really put Team Inferno in an awkward spot now. So look to close down these remaining players.
Yeah, and we see as they're resetting for the next fight, the McCree getting good stuns on the Doomfist and the other McCree every now and again, but not being able SPA6 to convert those into actual kills. Big Shatter.
Oh, big Shatter coming out from Seb's here. He looks to clean up this enemy team. Can he find the kills?
Dude,
Nice
block
kill.
it well.
Cancels the Shatter. Blocked in any case, as you say. Sebs gets charged down by Zip. They're not dealing with that nano boost. Too much to handle for Team Inferno, and the Deadeye coming through over the top. But there's signs of life here from Team Inferno, but Team Gaming just too strong at this point. The team thing is actually driving me insane.
Yeah, it's breaking me down. It's grinding me down bit by bit. But yeah, there's these flashes of brilliance that I wasn't expecting to see. Like I was expecting to see like a big ult swinging the fight, but these are like good like shadow blocks or like freezing at occasions or good rotation of abilities. Like the mechanical skills there.
Ooh, yes it is. Couple of kills there for SP6. Can he help his team secure this point? They're sitting pretty well now, but his lack of healing might be difficult. Oh, he gets the flash of somehow doesn't hit the McCree with that. Somehow doesn't die. 15 HP. Somebody deal with him eventually. Truzzle takes matters into his own hands and takes down the opposing McCree. Follows it up with a kill of the Reinhardt, and now Bubbles with the sound barrier to get aggressive. The point flips back here at 69%. Very nice percent here for the boys in blue. Can they clean this team fight up? I think they can. Unreal Nick punching people left, right, and center. And Trizzle so far been a pretty much a standout here for Team Gaming, but this fight is not over yet. They're committing a lot into this fight. They lack of discipline perhaps here for Team Inferno. I think they should have just backed out, but they're going to throw some ultis in. They did bait out the grab, but with 90% on the clock, Team Inferno in a really tough spot.
Yeah, just a bit of healing lacking here for Team Gaming. Going into the next fight, their healers don't seem to be in position quite yet. Ooh, big cancel on the ult there.
Comes out and cancelled straight away in the underground there. Graviton Surge comes out the other direction, but they are in dire straits here on the side of Team Inferno. They need to clean things up, and it's going to be tough when they've lost so many players. No ultis left in the bank. Seb's forced onto this ball and taken down pretty much straight away, and that is going to be it for game number 1. Team Gaming with a dominant performance, but Inferno showing signs of life.
Yes, not as one-sided as we suspected going in, and it's really good to see that like a team glued together, spook and pluck, like we said, managed to put up quite a bit of a fight here and there, like taking fights, taking points every now and then. That's definitely not completely like stacked against them.
Yeah, some of course we do have to point out Team Gaming is running a bit of some function with not only their compositions, although that last one's pretty meta. They are off-rolling a bit here, so I think they're very confident coming into this. And I think Team Inferno can make them regret their decision to engage in some tomfoolery. But I think we can kind of see here the fact with Team Inferno, the difference, even just a little bit of structure, a little bit of extra guidance can make. I don't like to keep referring back to Atomic Phoenix because I think they did a really great job yesterday, given their relative lack of experience. But you can see the difference between a team like Team Inferno, who's had a couple of days worth of help from the likes of Terry Lord, and obviously the experience of Slick versus Atomic Phoenix, who really came in here completely blind.
Yeah. And look, it does feel like every time Team Gaming is under pressure, you can see them synchronizing up more and doing like taking more fights together as a team, like defaulting back to that team play that they're so used to, instead of staying out with this weird like Lucio fighting in the backline on his own and the Wrecking Ball coming in, like skirmish fighting. So yeah, I'm glad to see they were forced off the Torb and the Bastion and something more meta, just to make it more of a short thing.
Yeah, I like that as well. Apparently, I am the guy who needs to know the maps. So let me tell the teams the maps here, because they don't know what's going on. Yeah, no, I agree. In a closer match, they probably would have kept going with that. Oh, sorry, in a more one-sided match, they probably would have kept going with that Bastion Torbjorn. But Inferno, they, showing up. So let's talk about Inferno quickly. Who's been a stand-up performer? You mentioned the supports already.
It has to be
anybody
Slick.
else.
I think Slick and Zol have both been playing quite well. I've liking especially Zol's Anna in the previous map, taking like a lot of. I just saw whenever they got engaged upon by the ball or the Tracer or the Lucio for whatever reason, the nade would be in place to take that out and to just counter like sleeping ulting Reinhardt and things like that. So I like what I see from the support line. I think this is something you can build upon if you're Team Inferno. On the other side, I'd like to see a bit more damage coming out of the DPS. I just feel like that pressure isn't there, and there's a lot of free roam happening on the side of Team Gaming that something like a Hansa would have, or Farah should have been able to take a lot of advantage of, but they weren't able to on map 1. Hopefully, they warm up, they get used to how their supports play and how it functions together, and they can like land those shots and make it a more of a even game.
Yeah, hopefully. And on Team Gaming side, maybe, but I'll just say, but who do you think has been standing out here relative to their normal roles, let's say?
Not Bubbles. Trizzle. I've been liking Trizzle. Yeah, Trizzle's been hitting his shots. It's been a good player. I'm actually not familiar. What is Trizzle's main role? He's an off tank.
DPS, yeah. He's a
DPS. Oh, is he? Okay. I thought he was on his off role. Well, then in that case, like, it has to be like the go outside, but off tank is just DPS but fat. So
that is true. That is very, very true. Yeah, but he was playing DPS in that round, right? He was on the Bastion, wasn't he?
Go outside?
Oh, sorry, go outside. Oh, no. Yeah, go outside is playing off tank,
yes. So Go Outside was playing Wrecking Ball and Zarya, which is both like very tracking-based heroes.
Yeah.
And those mechanics translate from DPS to off tank extremely easily. So he did stand out in that regard, where I imagine he has gold damage on his side, but doesn't like it's cheating. Like he played during Goats. He has a good Zarya.
Yeah, he did, and he was actually, we were chatting to him yesterday, in fact, and he said that no, we were chatting to Trizzle. Why am I just getting these two players confused? Well, you know what? Let's pivot there. We were chatting to Trizzle yesterday a little bit, and he was quite confident in this team and how they were performing in scrims against the likes of Enigma. So looking at this team and perhaps the usual roster, do you stand behind this team? You think they've got serious potential to be a challenger near the top?
No.
No.
I think I really think they'll be the best of the rest of the team. I don't think they'll be able to push the fire departments and the top of the top. I was also surprised to hear that they pushed Enigma quite hard, but
yeah,
I'll see that if I see an official.
Yeah, scrum back exchange is a bit of a problem. And no exchange happening here. It is all blue in the kill feed at the moment. Trizzle and the crew cleaning things up here. Oh, as I say, there's still SP6 throwing his hat in the ring here. He finds one kill, the guard side on that Widowmaker. Probably his iconic hero outside of the Tracer. He's finding a couple of picks already. Great work from Sylvania here. None more for his main tank, but has dabbled in the support line here. Trizzle cleaning things up with this Tracer. They do make the Deeper. Just the Sigma here left, and he's going to go down. He does take a kill, actually. In fact, he's not even dead yet. Crazy over the top, looking for the kill onto Zavania's Anna. Can he find it? So far, not able to do so. He's going to go for go outside here. How is he not finding his kills? There we go. He eventually tracks down the hitscan player and picks that one up.
Yeah, and it looks like Team Gaming back on their main roles now. So I would call this, if I were Team Inferno, a big victory. Forcing them back on their main roles, like, that's a little bit of respect, and even taking a fight with that, that's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, no, that is quite impressive actually. As you say, Bubbles comes in here on the ball, zips, working his way around, gets an nano boost, help as well. He's got his ultimate, he's going to throw it down, the committed health bomb as well. So many ultis going in here for Team Gaming. They pick up pretty much everything. Guard side drops once again, and Metal Snow going to drop as well. So even in these one-sided team fights, Team Inferno are firing back more often than not.
Yeah, and I'm especially interested to see that they're still running. If they're doing this well with a naked Pharah, as you said earlier, and a Lucio. Like, we've sometimes seen like Pharahs with Zens, and the Zen can just orb the Pharah, and that's kind of like a budget mercy.
Yeah.
But in this case, only the Ana can heal the Pharah. Your Lucio will very rarely be in range. So
yeah, and she's playing into a Widowmaker as well, so really nice work from Crazy. There we go, first kill going the way of Team Inferno here. Fallen Angel doing a good job to secure his team that first kill with the accretion. Crazy finds the outside. They've lost Tracer in the meanwhile, but this actually in the background here, struggling to find the Ana, eventually takes it down. They've forced the Transcendence out here. I don't think they've committed many ultis on the side of Team Inferno here. Crazy dropping low, nice tracking from Metal Snow there, finds that Pharah and takes him out here. Needs to clean things up on the point now. Really reduced numbers in the play here for Team Inferno, so they're going to struggle to clean this one up. And one thing I will say, Defect, is that I'd like them to be a little bit more disciplined with disengaging on the side of Team Inferno.
yeah, they seem to be playing like they seem to be staying in. There doesn't seem to be any type of we've lost to reset or happen. But that's also something that comes with team experience. It's not something that happens often in a rank until you get to like mid-diamond. So it might be something that they're not familiar with. I'd like to highlight Fallen Angel's Sigma here. They've been landing the rocks and they've been surviving a very long time. Like, I think this might be the standout they're looking for in the rest of the maps.
I'm quite partial to this guy right here. SP6, he tracks down Go Outside. He knows the man he has to deal with. Trying to hand the game in here to try and take down the ball, but he's on a nice flanking angle here, and here's Fallen Angel. We just spoke about him a moment ago, but not looking at him at a great time here. Gets taken down. Crazy over the top, but the sprinkler not finding anything in that moment. Unreal Nick wreaking havoc with the monkey in the backline there. He finds a couple of kills here. He's angry now. He finds one more. Unreal Nick is used to playing the fat DPS, but performing quite well on the main tank on this round.
Yeah, but I think putting Bubbles on the wrecking ball is your better choice here. The man is kind of cracked. So not a very far push, but moments of brilliance. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Sigma. I've liked what I've seen some of the supports. I do think it comes down to composition and team calling. There's not as much of a gap in the mechanics as I expected.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm quite impressed actually. I'm not afraid to say with Team Inferno. And just a reminder, guys, if you're just joining us, they were formed like a few days ago. You know, just before this weekend. They were put together by Kauser as people who were interested in joining a team, and this is what they're coming out with, and I'm quite impressed by what we're seeing here.
A lot of raw potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
And probably the most used word in Overwatch is potential. But I like what I see. This seems like the ingredients to what can be a very yummy stew going forward. Like you have what you need. You have a decent support line. You have at least one like standout tank. I like what I've seen for Fallen Angel. Like, yeah, as you say, SPS6 has really picked up now, and Crazy, he's now finally has his mercy. So
yeah,
let's see what happens this time. But he's been playing Pharah a lot without a mercy or any real like support. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he performs now.
Yeah, gonna be interesting to see what he can do now with the Mercy Pocket. Not finding anything just yet. Metal Snow gonna open up the Team Gaming account here with a kill, but look, he's tracked down. He's found his counter straight away. He finds that kill, but not before losing 3 teammates on the front line. Crazy to clean things up here. A res comes out for somebody. It's the Reinhardt. The sleep! Oh my goodness. Zavania taking matters into his own hand there. Puts him to sleep. and allows his team to push forward. Unfortunately, it's a Reinhardt in the back, a great
Wow.
charge. We didn't get
What
to
a
see
charge.
that one on stream, but Unreal Nick putting him in the hole.
Yeah, hopefully we can get a clip from that from Unreal Nick's perspective, because that might have been a Player of the Week contender. Remember, guys, submit your tips on Kaza for Player of the Week.
We will be taking them from RMG, so this is the place to make those plays happen. Crazy, not making plays happen, unfortunately, as Chisel finds the kill onto his Pharah. Fallen Angel now pushing forward, has moved on to the Heroic. Okay, gets shattered immediately, taken down alongside both his DPS, so unfortunately struggling to find value now is Team Inferno, and that's the problem with defending first. Unfortunately, you can get very short games if you're the weaker team, and it will be Team Gaming taking Rialto here to grab themselves a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, that attack was pretty one-sided. I think the first pick coming out of Metal Snow was basically GG for the entire map. So let's see this play the game from Unreal Nick. I wonder if we can get narrow. This
It's
is
this
not.
last shadow. Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Big slam though. Good job.
Really nice.
Good job, Nick.
Is Nick up and coming main tank for the future?
No.
No.
No, it's not.
Oh no, brutal. I think Nick isn't even playing full time right now, right? I think he's a sub for this team. Or am I misspeaking?
I don't know who's subs and who's not. I know there was a lot of players who were active last year, the Bubbles and the Nicks and the Keeners and so on, who have moved into weird places, like either retiring at the age of 15 or going into coaching or becoming a full-time sub to focus on grade 8 or something. I don't know.
Grade 8. Oh no.
This is the
I
Zoomer
think most
squad.
of these players are in Matric, and I know, for example, there's a couple of players. This Team Gaming squad is a very, very young squad. I think very few of them are over 18 or 20. You know,
Very
a
few
lot of them are school age.
Most of them have not tasted a beer. So
Well, at least not as per the government. You know.
I'm going to assume they're all law-abiding citizens.
Oh, fair enough.
Until proven otherwise.
Yeah, they haven't given us a reason to suspect otherwise, and
yeah, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Team Gaming though. Like good sportsmanship as well in the chats. Always nice to see. But going forward into the bigger season, Team Gaming being that like young team, the Zoomer team, a bit of a, I want to say the antagonist, but you know they have that flair and that energy of you know being young and confident and
arrogance.
Yeah, arrogant is probably the correct word. Yeah, we can take Enigma. Sure, guys, take Enigma.
Yeah. And you know, it's no disrespect to them, obviously. I think the Overwatch scene has been maybe lacking that young fire, that young arrogance. You know, a team like, I wouldn't call Unidentified. I'm mentioning Unidentified a lot recently. I'm missing ATK clearly. But they were a team that came in with a lot of that young flair, that confidence. We always talk about
back in the day
when they started playing. And Team Gaming kind of get a similar energy, not quite the raw mechanical potential, as you mentioned earlier, as an Unidentified, but definitely I'm excited to see this team grow. This is, for me, I said it on Twitter, I implied it on Twitter, at least when they announced their team. This, for me, seems like the team I'm the most excited to see grow and see where they're going to get.
Yeah, this is also the team I'm most excited to see what happens going forward in like next year and this year and next year, basically. And who knows, maybe 2023 there'll be the Frankenberg Fire Department.
You can only hope in Overwatch 2.
In Overwatch 2.
Team Gaming is we talk about these players who have 5 years of competitive experience and have been at the top of the scene for however long. Fingers crossed, Effect. We can only hope we get there. We want to see the best for all of these players. And who knows, maybe we'll be saying the same about some of these guys from Team Inferno. But our map here, as you can see, guys, is King's Row. We all know and love this map more than any. I think there's no doubt here. If you had to pick map number 1 on the list of best maps in Overwatch,
yeah, this one has to be number 1 on the list. It's just memes. The memes say it has to be. So,
yeah,
and we all know memes are never wrong.
Yeah, I think a man who loves his memes is Bubbles here, and he's going to be coming out on the hero that he is on. If I could find him, he's on the Mercy, dude. What is happening?
Yeah, this is a good question. They've seemed to have swapped back to their meme stack gameplay here, going back to off-rolling weird stuff. This is now the third or second time in the scrim in South African Overwatch I've seen the Orisa Reinhardt composition. Do you have any thoughts on that? I've not seen it in any professional.
In an
or-
official, you mean, not a scrim.
Well, yes, it's the second time I've seen it in an official, but I've seen it in a scrim as well.
Yeah, I don't like this composition. I think it's very slow, and especially on attack. But they're feeling confident. Svenya's so confident. He charges in there and he immediately gets his
500 ult charges with express delivery.
exactly. And it seems like SB6 took most of that his way. So a good start here for Team Dennis.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if this Reinhardt Orisa
hold on.
gameplay. Hold on.
Svenja is on Team Inferno.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no, the names are
No, no.
wrong at the top.
No,
I'm
no.
so confused.
Everything's melting. And there's clocks hanging off the branches and everything's melting. The hands are in the other team's backline shooting at an Orisa. Everything's great.
There we go. Now I can. You see my caster brain. I just cast what I see. It's play by play. You know what I mean? That's it. I just say exactly what I see, and I don't use my brain at all. Fallen Angel here under a lot of pressure. In fact, his team is under a lot of pressure. He's getting aggressive here.
Ooh,
I'm
big
not
charge.
Sure he's realized. Oh, hello, welcome to the party here, Seb. He's getting aggressive now, putting it down. He's got an ammo on his back as well. Fallen Angel dropping low, not taken down, and they are somehow holding this pretty well. But as I say that, they lose one tank. They've taken down the enemy Reinhardt, but lose theirs soon after. And Team Gaming will get themselves set up on the point here.
Yeah, and again, this is the second fight that they used to win this, and if Team Inferno had like a bit better calling and a lot better composition, this could have been a very even match, at least on the off rolls. So
Yeah,
they're not.
if these teams played next week, we might be seeing something completely different.
Yeah, a lot more respect coming out from Team Gaming, who in this case.
Oh, what a sneak. Okay, he does escape with the ultimate here. He's just gonna rain on. He's picked up so many. Killed both supports. He's killed another one. Shadow Script has been subbed in here for who was it? Who was in
Gaming.
Yeah, but which player?
Oh, he's in place of go outside.
Impressive go outside. Okay. Shadow Script, we know him quite well for his projectile play. When I think of him, I think of Farah and Genji from his time on Rage Odyssey. I want to say quite a good performer on that squad and doing very well on the Doomfist here, but does get taken down a little bit too aggressive. And the cart's nowhere near the second point, but there's a shadow on the front line there. Finds a couple, and again, we're getting to retreat here and get a proper regroup. What is this transcendence from downtown here?
No idea what's happening. There is someone on point. What?
One person is on point here.
Bubbles.
Trizzle on the on the Widowmaker.
Yeah, Bubbles is AFK on point right now.
Oh,
This-
Shadow Script and Trizzle on point.
Oh,
Bubbles
and
is in the front line.
okay. Excuse me. The
He's
healers on
playing-
the tank just holding forward.
Charge.
All right,
comes
momentum
through, doesn't
shifting.
get anything here. He's got the nano boost. The point has been capped. Savania struggling to concentrate on the match there a little bit, but they do win this team fight. The point has been capped, but this is where, if you're going to hold for any length of time, this is where you need to get set up. So this is a good spot for the momentum to turn for Team Inferno.
Yeah, it was a pretty one-sided like forward fight, but 4 minutes 45 is I've had more in my rank games.
Yeah. More like a quick play game here. Shadow Script coming forward now on the Doomfist. SB6 doesn't find anything with his ultimate, but his teammates are cleaning up here. Bubbles is in the front line here, the only one left for his team, and that is a nice hold from Team Inferno.
Yeah, I see SPS6 pressed in Q to respawn.
That's how
Yeah,
it goes.
McCree ult in the face of a Zenyatta the caliber of Metal Snow is not the play.
Yeah. Nick finds one kill, both tanks down now
Big
for
hit.
Team Inferno. Crazy in the back line here, looking for something, but his teammates all dying in the front line. He's tracked down Metal Snow, revenge for the previous team fight and that kill onto the ultimate in McCree, but unfortunately, that's all he's going to get out of this team fight, and now it's Struggle City for the blue team here.
Yeah, this is stall picks. This is desperation hour. Oh, Seb's take down the feeding Reinhardt.
Nice, and now the window comes out as well. The stun though, stopping Sebs in his track there. Drizzle gonna pick up that kill as well. The blue team still looking confident here. They're moving forward now. There is a golden Orisa there. 1 HP, finished that off, not able to do so. I think Fallen Angel's looking to use his ultimate here, but his teams are dropping like flies in the back line here. Shadowscript has moved on to that Genji that we know him so well for. Oh, charge building up there, but not quite enough. A transcendence to a celebration, fireworks from the red team. That was an ambitious Shadow. Doesn't find anything, but he does get the charge kill. Helped by Crazy with the ultimate over the top there. Crazy gonna pick up a second one now. So somehow, some way, Team Inferno managed to hold that.
Yeah, nice stabilization there. Good uses of ults. I like the way the Pharah ducked behind the Rhine shield when she got low. And
Yeah.
but kills herself on bubbles, so who knows.
Worth? Much
Worth? Worth?
Spawn advantage?
Yeah, but that's Lucio though. Lucio can challenge you on that.
That is very true. And meanwhile, in the front lines here, Locks dropping. Sebs gets a nice charge onto Shadowscript, but does get taken down straight afterwards. And his team dropping like flies in the back line. Bob's joined the fray now, looking to clean up the red squad, but he's all by his lonesome. SPS6 finds one. Can they get the touching point? They do, and the grab comes out as well. Fallen Angel coming in clutch alongside the Bob there with his team, cleaning up Team Gaming. Wow.
Yeah, like desperate ult usage coming out to that was the first grab Fallen Angel's done all game. And it
Yeah,
comes
true.
out onto the cart in overtime, essentially as well. But it still amounts to overtime. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing here from the stall picks like coming out. It does make it seem like there is not a big gap in mechanics, like we've said. Like the fact that they can run a stall like this and you know, kill bubbles a bunch of times.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's what we talk about in the ranked games. All at the end is when everything comes together, when you've got
Slick
nothing.
doing its best bubbles impression.
Slick finding himself out of position there, gets taken down. Into the top of the Shadowscript with the ultimate. The Shadow on the front line as well. This is poetry in motion here from Team Gaming, sorry. They're now committing a lot of ults here, but they're just going to clean this up and push this part the last little bit here. They clean up Crazy coming in on the Tracer, and they will get this point, but only 1 minute and 2 seconds left on the clock to fix.
Yeah, crucial above a minute though is kind of important.
True,
But
yeah.
look, they had to out team play to win this. This wasn't a one-sided affair with regards to mechanics.
Yeah.
There was a bit of a spawn camp there in round 2, but honestly, that happens even to like the best of players. Where in this case, we saw that they had to like, okay guys, group up, stable up, like save ults. Okay, we have 4 ults. Okay, use them all at once. All right, we finally got the card up to the final fight. All right, now I have to do it again, and it takes another 90 seconds to push it through to that last fight. So, liking what I'm seeing again from Team Inferno, that they're challenging them, they're matching them at least on the off rolls. Some of them are, well, at least Bubbles is. So yeah, like this is good Overwatch so far. Like this bodes well for the future of Team Inferno, and puts me some question marks on the side of Team Gaming, whether they're doing as well as they proclaim, beating Enigma and Scrims.
I think we can't really pass comment too much on Team Gaming here, just because of the mental state they're probably in. They're not all super switched on here. They're expecting to walk through this one quite easily. And for we're talking up Team Inferno, we've never really felt like Team Gaming were in any risk of losing this match. So
that is fair. I don't think that there's any risk of Team Gaming losing this one.
And stuff like that makes you... Would Sylvania go for that play? No, because he wouldn't be on the Reinhardt anyways. But he probably wouldn't, if he was concerned they might lose. The Fallen Angel will drop a little bit low here, gets anti-kill, looking to clean up some more after that kill. Crazy. Done a good job of tracking down the Widowmakers and getting rid of them. His target prioritization seems to be quite good. If they could just give him a little bit of backup in the form of the Mercy, or at least a Zen, he might be able to buy them a lot more space. Charge goes through now. Nice charge onto the honor there by Seb. He's been cleaning things up on that front line quite effectively, and his back line paying dividends as well now as he gets Crazy, finds another couple of kills towards the end of that.
Yeah, and definitely seeing the sort of Farah having to play like the sweet sneaky style to get her value out, like going up, walking around, flanking the Widowmaker. Like without that support that can sustain her in a fight, she does seem to be playing like, I don't know, a Genji in a weird
Yeah,
way.
yeah, Sombra almost.
Yeah, like a Sombra almost.
Kind of
Building
coming
it all.
in, tactical strikes from above. Drizzle though, he's gonna make sure none of that happens in this team fight as he takes down one and then finds another. Frontline action here, but it is a 6v4. It's gonna be a struggle. A good anti-heal has to be said there, coming out from Slick onto the enemy frontline, buying time for him to come back, but immediately crazy. He's it feels like his second down, getting a huge shadow onto the front line there. Ziv, his aggressive playstyle paying off on that occasion.
Yes, and the I really like the McCree ult I saw there, but you should have waited out the Matrix if you had the chance. Until they're gobbling up all of those. Oh!
Ooh,
SP6.
good
Big pick.
start. SP6 P6 takes down Bubbles on, and I've never seen Bubbles play a hero that requires any kind of aim, so this is a shock to me. SP6 now moves forward, and nice shot, stun over the top here. This guy knows his stuff, you have to admit it here. 55% towards the ulti now, watching to see when that Zen pops out of Transcend. It's not finding him, but crazy on the kills in the background. They've lost their front line though. That's going to make it tough for them to keep pushing forward here on the side of Team Inferno. And yeah, they're going to push back. This is what we wanted to see, a little bit of discipline from them.
Yeah, I'm really liking that they've felt like they've learned from not disengaging. Like they can properly disengage now, although charging straight in, not exactly what I expected to see as well either.
Was that a hook onto the
Yeah.
ulti there, and just executed two of his teammates? Can't have everything, unfortunately, Fallen Angel, and he brings in the cake and it eats his team.
Yeah, let the cake, let them eat Diva Bomb, I suppose.
Oh, Zol gonna drop as well. Yeah. So Nick picking up all the spoils here in these last couple of fights.
Yeah, and I like this where like the Rodar going up to clear the high ground for the Pharah, who can now control it better. That said, he gets...
Yeah. Oh, stun comes out, stops the shadow, and immediately Seb's gonna drop after that. This is a bad ulti, but rather unfortunate timing there. He still had a couple of players in the game, and they dropped just as he popped the ulti. So both McCree is getting a lot of value out of the ultis, and now SP6 is gonna run in there and get to the spawn as fast as he can.
Yeah, and then I think this is a case of like, I like the flank and I like the ult got to, but his whole team folded while he was like, you know, walking around, sneaking in the back line. He lost 5 players and managed to trade them for 2.
Yeah, and that was all initiated by a McCree stun onto the Ryan as well. So that's the kind of effect that hero can have. Echo gets nothing out of that duplicate, immediately shut down. Of course, victim of a couple of changes here. The shadow comes out from Simmons. Will keep Unreal Nick healthy here. Crazy in the corner, but eventually Trizzle tracks him down. But so far, Team Inferno are looking pretty good. We didn't speak about it too much, but they did manage to cap this first point, and now they've taken another fight. They can start pushing their way through to the second point.
Yeah, and my rough estimate would be like a 25% team fight win rate, so it's not exactly where you want it to be, but it's not 0, like we saw, and like we kind of expected, like this brand new team going up against a high energy, high mechanic team of Zoomers.
Shadow. Fallen Angel did so much there with his bubbles to try and keep his team alive, but unfortunately the supports were not in position to not die to that Diva Bomb. So Neilnick picks up a couple more there, and now it's just a matter of cleanup. We're going to try and get this cart as far forward as they can, but with Seb's dropping, Fallen Angel will follow soon. Crazy. Hopefully he takes a leap out of SP6's book here, but yeah, okay, he is going to get out of there. That's good.
Yeah. And going to the next fight, I'm still questioning this Pharah ult. Like, they've had it so long, but they're starting to get value. I feel like they're just too high up most of the time, or too far away. Ooh, big catch on Bubbles. Where was Bubbles?
What? That's not a question you ever asked. I think you just accept whatever happens here, but he does end up going down. SP6 finds another one onto Trizzle. Now Crazy in the backline. Crazy is the name of the game here. Finds a pick onto the support. They are cleaning things up nicely here. A bit of an overextension there from Team Gaming, but Inferno are going to take that one very happily.
I get this man a mercy, please. Just deserves it at this point.
Oh, crazy. Taking a nap, not going to get taken down. Anti-heal comes in here. Somebody got aggressive onto the point here. It is his Tracer, finds Crazy, but they've lost Zip on the front line. The Shadow comes through now
Big
onto
Shadow.
the wall. Charges straight past him. He gets the Zen. Does take him down. He's all out of source now, though. Anti-healed up. Not going to get taken down just yet, though. Okay, eventually tracked down, but he's buying off the space for his team here. They just need to clean up what is on point. And what is on point is a Tracer. There's a ball there as well. They haven't quite spotted him. Eventually, they will do so and endeavor to take him down, but Zilf's showing up with a Shadow. Doesn't find too much. Baptiste, the ultimate or immortality field, going to go down there. You just stand point here. Be careful not to let that tick down, and they do just that as they look to clean things up. A nice ultimate in the backline, but he's lost all his teammates. Crazy comes in with the double kill. Can he clean things up for his teammates? You see them do so well on the Farah. He pops a nice pulse bomb. He finds another kill here. Crazy coming in clutch for Team Inferno, and they've done it.
I've gotten the point. The crazy man actually did it.
Is he gonna stay? It looks like he's going back to switch, I think. Oh no, he's gonna stick around, but if in lieu of having a Mercy on that Farah, I think the Tracer is quite a good pick.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that swap earlier. Just something that's not as like if you're not getting the support from your team, just swap off something that's more of a solo hero. Oh, now we see.
Oh, and look at that! Great
Gloves
stop.
are off.
Tracer, he kills Metal Snow and then takes his own life in response to that, in solidarity. They've taken down Shadow Script and now they're pushing forward. You can't really take this kind of fight on this point of King's Row if you're the attacking team, but they're going to go for it. Seb with the charge through, looking to take that deeper
big
down.
bubble.
A nice bubble from Fallen Angel, going to keep him alive for just a moment longer, but now they're going to have to back up. This Transcend is too hot to handle for the hot team here as they get forced back towards the wall.
Yeah, and I think Shadow Script swapping back to the hero that got him so much value on the first half of their attack. Doomfist. I just feel like Doomfist is such a hard hero to deal with in a team that's not as coordinated. That's new. You really want to focus on like countering him as a team unit. Sure.
They struggle to do that there. Doomfist kind of just cleaving through them and cleaning them up here. Team Gaming will take a pretty strong win here on King's Row, and that will secure them the series win. But this is really not Team Gaming's story. This is more a story about Team Inferno and what they can bring. And I think we can agree here, Defect, tons of potential on display.
Yeah, and like you said before, a bit of an overused word, but it's all there. The ingredients you want is all there. This needs to be a bit polished. Need to work out a bit more coordination with how the main tank timings and so on. Maybe get some support. Please get a Mercy for Crazy. He deserves it. Hashtag Mercy for Crazy.
Yeah, hashtag Mercy for Crazy if you want to see Crazy reach his full potential. So that's going to be it, guys. RMG in their first match against a very impressive looking Team Inferno under the circumstances. And before we go, Defect, of course, you have to tell me who your player of the match was. Tough one to choose, actually.
Bubbles. Just
You're gonna go with Bubbles.
I go with Bubbles. Bubbles did it for me. The Anna positioning was insane. In the most literal way.
Insane, yeah. In the sense that you should probably get some help.
You should probably get some help. So I want it to be Bubbles, unless I have to really pick someone.
Let's give a serious one and then we can make it Bubbles.
Okay. Sure. In that case, I think it has to be Trizzle. Like he's put so much pressure on. Like every time Team Inferno wanted to make a play or set up or get someone on the flank or something, he would just beam down the tanks and like start killing people randomly. The amount of pressure he exerts on like the front line just shut down any type of plays that Team Inferno like try to make. So for reals, Trizzle, well done.
Yeah, really nice play from Chisel there. On the other side, Team Inferno, couple of players to watch out for in the future. Looking at guys like Fallen Angel. Sorry, it wasn't quite as impressive as a Sigma was, but still a play to watch. I liked what Sebs was offering on the Reinhardt. Main tank's kind of one of those roles where I mentioned all the time, you can look like a serious moron if you don't have the coordination with the team. And he looked okay, so that's saying quite a lot. And SP6 for me was the standout from this team. Crazy, hashtag mercy for Crazy. Then I'll pass judgment on that man. And you mentioned the supports, Slick and Zol. Maybe the two standouts on this team. But guys, that is going to be it. The RMG Last Man Standing tournament. It's week 1. We've got so much more action coming up. If you want to catch it, you know where to be on this channel right here at ZAOverwatch on Twitter to follow Kauser. There you'll find a link to our Discord. And if you want to be the next Atomic Phoenix and the next Team Inferno and get involved and get on stream, then that's where you got to go. Join the Discord and we'll see what we can do. Defect, before I let you go, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on the competitive Overwatch Discord, trolling general chat. Otherwise, you can find me on Twitter at defect_ZA, where I make hot takes and tweet about metal music in D&D.
What metal music did you tweet about recently?
Go check my Twitter to find out.
Yeah. Damn, you got me. I was trying to get around to actually visiting his Twitter. My name has been Sun Phoenix, guys. In case you are not aware, at Sun Phoenix on Twitter, SUNPHEONYX, as you can see on stream. Scars has been our producer today. At Scars on Twitter, he says hoping. At Scars69
Nice.
on Twitter, nice. He's been doing our production today. A little bit scuffed. He's a little bit out of practice, I think. Some switched teams there and some funky transitions, but that's how it goes. As someone who's done production for exactly 1 game, and Defect, I think you can attest to this as well, it's very challenging. So
it's you have a lot of irons in the fire, and
exactly.
I don't blame the guy for needing to dust off a bit of the rust in the gears just to get it flowing again.
Exactly, and we mean rust, the thing that accumulates on metal, not the game, because
yes,
people get iffy about that. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it. We will be on in all likelihood again on Sunday for another one-sided matchup, because week 1 is full of those. But if you'd like to see new teams come again on Sunday, it will be myself and Altruism this time. So a new face, Defect, getting a day off on Sunday. So yeah, please guys, come around for that. Follow us on Twitter. Follow at Raving Mad Gamers on Twitter if you like the tournament they put together. And of course, pcinternational.co.za and at PCInt on Twitter for all of the sponsors stuff. Awesome. We'll see you guys on Sunday.
Cheers.